So, Crytek recently announced that Crysis 3 was coming out, and if you want to see a really freaking awesome, ultra epic, cool preview, you should go to egmnow.com because I wrote a preview for them about Crysis 3, and it is awesome. So go look at my preview. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna talk about the game at all because I went for EGM. So, but you know, other people that weren't me were already going for us at the Week in Geeks. So they did an interview there.
Does it seem better than I almost said Mass Effect? That's where my mind is. Is it better than Crysis 2? Because that game kind of bombed for me.
Well, if you go read my preview, you will probably find out that it is an interesting blend of 1 and 2. But if all we're going to be able to talk about now is the stuff in the interview.
Okay.
So why don't we roll to the interview?
The greatest city on Earth. Now a spawn of jungle and ruins. They forced us out for the good of mankind. But the Ceph aren't gone. There is one thing left to do. Hunt them all down and take back the city.
Crysis 3 takes place 20 years after the end of Crysis 2. It's in New York again, but this time New York is completely different because Cell Industries, who's growing in power and control of the human race, has erected these massive nanodomes over a number of cities in the world. They do that to create a safe perimeter for people who are no longer living in the cities, right? So that if there's any Ceph threats, they will be contained. And also they use these nanodomes to create these artificially grown, accelerated grown urban rainforests that will cleanse the cities from within from any kind of Ceph pollution left over. So you play inside one of these nanodomes in the game, and you play as Prophet, who's a guy that was present in the previous games, both in Crysis 1 and Crysis 2. And he's been pushed around a lot, and he's been duped into making decisions that affected not only him, but also his men. Some of them even got killed. And he's decided that that's not a good approach. It didn't work out for him. So he's going to go, screw that. I'm going to take charge of the whole situation. I'm going to take matters in my own hands. And he's basically placing himself as literally the hunter inside this urban rainforest setting, rather than being, to some extent, the hunted guy in the previous ones. If you want to feel like a hunter, you need weaponry and equipment that supports that. You being the hunter and taking charge of things, the giving Prophet a bow seemed like the obvious thing. And the bow was also able to be, it's possible to fire while you're cloaked, which adds to the stealth gameplay. Not that we're making an actual stealth game per se, but we're definitely enriching the stealth experience of the game. So it was the right time to add something like that, and it's a nice kind of low-tech contrast to the most advanced super soldier existence, right? So there's something almost arrogant about that, right? But at the same time as being a very basic type of weapon, it's the most advanced version of that type of weapon, and you can upgrade it with different types of warheads and stuff like that. That makes it very versatile as well.
That water?
The water was
was incredible. Amazing water. No, this game
incredible.
This game was cool. I enjoyed Crysis 2, and I'm curious to see how they blend Crysis 1 and Crysis 2 for Crysis 3. Rachel didn't like Crysis 2.
I like his bow and arrow though. It's very Katniss of him.
I think I played Crysis 2 a little bit differently than other people did. Like I actually snuck around and like stabbed everybody in the throat.
I'm not a stealthy gamer. I want guys to see I'm coming for them before I kill them.
Neither am I.
I want to see the fear in their eyes.
But that's what's awesome about. I think that's what's cool about like Crysis is like you can go between those two gameplay modes pretty easily. Like even in like one area of combat. It's like usually what I would do is I would figure out where the enemies were, stab as many as I could, and then when I got caught, just like start blowing everything up.
Yeah.
Just everything left and right. And I don't know. I think the Crysis series is enjoyable. I think that a sequel is a no-brainer, and I think you should all go to egmnow.com and read my full preview.
Do it.
Help me make some money.
Do it.